Salvete discipuli. Today's video is the first lesson in chapter 14 in Latin for the New Millennium, volume 2, and it's on another subjunctive subordinate clause called the result clause, okay? So, as you now well know, subjunctive subordinate clauses are subordinate clauses that use a subjunctive verb, and there have been a number of them that you have learned up until now, including the purpose clause, the indirect question, the indirect command, cum clauses. There are also some subjunctive conditions and things like that, okay? This is another one of those subjunctive subordinate clauses. This one, the result clause, showing the result of an action in the main verb, okay? Now, you set up a result clause with ut. So like the purpose clause, you use ut. Now, unlike the purpose clause, to show a negative result clause, you use ut plus a negative word. So you can have ut non, ut nihil, ut nemo, ut nullus, ut numquam. You can also have this phrase, ne quidem, which means not even. But the important thing is you have to have the ut together with the negative clause to show a negative purpose, okay? You translate the purpose clause, the conjunction ut, in the purpose clause that. And there's often a adverb or an adjective in the main clause of the sentence. I call them a qualitative adverb or adjective that will signal to you, it's going to tip you off that there's going to be a result clause following. So for example, ita, tam, or seek, meaning so, or tot, meaning so many, or the adjective tantas, tanta, tantum, which means so great, or talis, tale, such a something. So in English, what this means is that you're going to have a sentence along the lines of something is so big that it could not be contained in a small box or something like that. After the that it cannot be contained in a small box, that's the result clause. And then you have that qualitative, something is so big, something is done in such a way, ita. There are so many people, tot. The something was so big, tantas tanta, or so great, tantas tantum. He was such a good dancer, talis tale. And these are all the signals, right, the tip-offs that you're going to have a result clause that follows. Now, you should write down these 3 Latin sentences, and you should also write down the Latin translation so that you can use these as examples of the result clause. So let's look at this first sentence. Tanta fecit ut erps tota ab hostibus servaretur. So he did so many things, tanta, ut, that the urbs tota, the entire city, was saved from the enemy. Okay. The second sentence, via tam angusta erat, ut caripalci in urbum venire possent. So the road was tam angusta, was so narrow, ut caripalci, that few carts were able to come into the city. Okay? And then let's look at our last sentence. Orator pro pace tam bene dixit ut nemo pugnare incipere. So here we have a negative result clause because we have the ut, but then we have the negative word nemo, no one. So the orator spoke for peace, tam bene, so well, ut, that no one began to fight. Okay? So that's it. That's the result clause. You usually have one of these qualitative adverbs or adjectives in the main clause. It's set up by ut or ut plus a negative word, and then it has a verb in the subjunctive showing the result of the main clause. I sometimes, because I grew up in the 90s, call this the your mama so fat clause because that's exactly what that kind of sentence is, right? So that's the kind of clause that a result clause is. Take good notes, and I will see you in class. Well, a day.